Good morning, how are you? Very early morning for you, I guess. It's, I don't know, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. Come on, missus. Hi, Jamie. Come on, walkies. That's what we do. 8:30. Oh, so it must be 1:30 here. Yeah, 1:30 in the afternoon. Miley's been awkward as usual. But yeah, I thought I'd get out for a walk. Hi, Rita. Because it's actually quite. The leaves dropping through autumn, everything changing. My dog is taking forever. Oh, a nice little yew tree here in front of me. Don't do that next to my dog, please. Little pesky kid with bangers, little banger things. Mind you, she won't hear it, will she? But still, you shouldn't set off things like that near dogs. Anyway, that's my grump of the day over with. Come on, Miley. It's the whole point of going for a walk. Anyone else got awkward dogs? Yeah, just don't walk when you take them for a walk. It's not as sunny as it was yesterday. It was really hot in the sun yesterday, like incredibly warm. Even did a bit of gardening. But it's still pretty pleasant for this time of year, for what, 15th of, 14th of... Come on! Come on! This is dumb. This is not a walk. .30 a.m. in Kansas. Mind muscle mobility. Good morning. Mind, muscle and mobility. They're three things that actually are on my mind today. My back is really hurting. My dad's come home from hospital not really physically well to have been released. They've been calling him mobile and independent for the 4 months he's been in hospital, when actually they only did a mobility and independence test with him when he went in September, when he could actually still walk then. And of course he's been sat in a, he can't get up the stairs and he can't get out of bed, and I've had to pick him up off the floor a few times, and it's just been so awkward because it's weekend and I've not been able to get any help. So yeah, my mind is a little bit this morning, and my muscles in my back are hurting. Yeah, mobility, it's important, isn't it? We need it. And if we don't have it, we need help to regain it or whatever. So I've just come out for a couple of hours to have a break from it all and do a bit of walking to hopefully ease my back a little bit. Because yeah, it's a bit achy. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have some more help, a bit more intervention, because I'm holding the hospital really accountable for stopping the traffic. This way. There we go. Don't fight it, love. You're gonna get squashed like a little hedgehog. And then what? Miley pancakes for breakfast tomorrow? I don't think so, lady. Wait, we are not going that way. We are Going this way. Well, I'm going to need something on my lower back. Well, I just need a bath, I think. A bath with some salts in, just to ease it up a bit. But I know none of it, I shouldn't be doing any of this on my own. I mean, I do this stuff for a job, and you always have two people, you know, for certain jobs, and I've not had anybody, so, you know, it's not good. It's not good.
Laura,
Come on.
come here.
Right. Get in, Miley. So it's like it's a bit too much effort today, is it, to actually walk with me, Miley? So not that friendly. Look at her now, well ahead of me. This is a little viewing area here if you want to watch the birdies. I can watch them through one of these. Find one that's compatible with my back. Oh, there's a little rat down there. Oh, there's 2 rats. Oh, 3. Wow, I think the whole family. Go with the whole family. There's something there. A little critter in those hurdles there. I don't know if it's a little squirrel. I don't know if it's another little rat. I mean, pretty much the same thing, aren't they? Can you see it there? Where is it? It's still there. No, it's not Sasquatch. It's just there at the bottom. I think it's another little rat. I can't keep the thing straight in there. Let's have a look up here. This is the thing, isn't it? They're everywhere, rats. Everywhere the bird feed is, you're going to find some other stuff going on, for sure. I guess that's, you know, nature, isn't it? So anyway, I'll leave them to it. These colours are amazing, I love them. Morning, Sandra. How are you? Must be early for you as well. At 8:30 or 7, 7. Let's go this way. Come on, good girl. We'll go this way. $8.44. Hello, lemon drop. Yesterday was really hot. It was only like 14, so it's like 24, 54 Fahrenheit, but the sun is low, a lot lower now, and it was hot. I did some gardening and it was like hot on my face. It was nice. And today started off a lot brighter than it is now, but we've still got a few hours left, haven't we, till sundown, which is now about 4:30 over here. Hi Lisa Lou, good morning to you, or afternoon, wherever you're from, or evening, you never know. It's really chilly morning here in WNC. Where's WNC's at? Something North Carolina. Oh, am I completely off? Wisconsin? No, I can't say it. I've just been to B&M, lemon drop. I went to B&M to get some bits and pieces. They're doing Zoflora are doing a disinfectant, rhubarb and cassis, and I'm obsessed with it. And the only place I can find it is at B&M. It smells absolutely amazing. And let's carry on. I'm not going to try and put her on. It'll be fine. Midnight blooms. I saw the midnight blooms, but I thought that's probably lavender, isn't it? Which I don't mind. I've got a lot of lavender stuff. But I saw it was purple and I thought that's probably lavender or something like that. I didn't actually sniff it. But try the other one because it is amazing. Hello, Into. Yeah, definitely some nice autumn shades here. Like all the hair masks and stuff like that. They're just cheap as chips, aren't they? And you can just treat yourself every night to something. I'm not really like that. I mean, I'm not much of a pamperer, but I do like some things. Let's put a lead on you, missus, before we get to the road. There we go. That's a lovely, yeah. I guess we'll go into the cemetery. I'll wander around there and then that'll take me back up to the car, so it's not going to be a long one. I just needed to get out and do a bit of shopping and get Miley out. This place is covered in leaves up here. I don't even know where the pavement starts here. Somewhere. I think it's there. Hang on. There you go. I do like this graveyard. Have a walk up centre and then back round. Come on. Come on, good girl. Good girl. $18.69, that one. One of the first burials there. There's a few in there, I think now. 1, 2, 3. 3 people there. And some you just can't read there. 1885, I think that one says. Some really old ones inside of there. Hi, Can Squatch. Yeah, it's really well maintained up here as well. They do look after it, I have to say that. And I love it, you know, well maintained places with all these old stone. It is a really nice place to come to if you like that sort of thing. Uh-oh. Could be trouble. Could be trouble. That's sensible. That's it. Yeah, sensible. Sensible little doggy. I don't think Miley's in a very friendly mood today. $19.23. I like the little bird on the top. A pigeon or a dove, also. I guess it'll be a dove, won't it? one here, 1820. You just wonder what happens when they do something wrong in stonework. I mean, do they have to start again, or do they have to change the design, or they must have little accidents like that, would you not think? And so there's a lot counting on it, the skill, isn't there? And knowing me, I get to the end just about and make a huge mistake, and you can't just go and get another big piece of rock like that and start carving it out, can you? Or can you? Another one here, 1905. Oh, look, I've got some little ladybirds. Do you get them over there? I guess you do, ladybirds. They can sometimes come in different colours. But yeah, there's a lot of work. So that's why I don't make headstones. There might be some, there are some more graves, yeah. All right. There's some on the other side. Some on the other side of this. Actually, we'll go. I think they are on the bottom there. Or am I thinking of a different place? There will be though. Yeah. Lemon Drop, do I know you? Do I think I know you or not? That's cute. That's cute. Just those little bouquet flowers there in there, like that. There's a lot more to them, Lisa Lou, isn't there? I mean, they really put effort into these. Oh, gold raspberry got, yeah, I know you're local then, yeah. Cheers. I just thought it was someone else I knew, who I actually have met, you know, that I know. Yeah, the newest headstones are just quite, now they've got machinery obviously, haven't they, to do all this engraving and, but yeah, I mean, a lot of work into stuff like that. Even the most simplistic ones have something about them. And we've looked at these before, but these, you know, carvings on the end of the stone, that has definitely been carved, you know, before being put on there. But that is part of that block of stone. And to get it right, this dude here, possibly a king, maybe, who knows. ODYSSEY, yeah, I've been a bit like that. I've been watching it in bits, and I've been so busy though, looking after my dad and trying to work as well, that I've not really had any time to, just for myself, if you know what I mean, apart from this walk now. Hopefully it'll get better. There's, you know, small improvements with my dad, but yeah, it's hard fitting everything in. I really like this old door. And these old tiles. Come on then, Miley, we'll start heading back. Obviously she can't hear me, but I'm guessing she's picking up the vibe that, yeah, we're heading back home now. So this one has got quite a lot going on. A lot of work done to that one. It is hard, isn't it? Just looking after, like you say, parents. It's much harder than doing it as a job that I normally do, looking after people. But yeah, he's actually been released from hospital far too early, and his mobility is really bad. So that's been the issue, is trying to get upstairs and downstairs and not feeling like a donkey, you know, having to carry him places. It's just not working, and there's no help. So anyway, I'm sure we'll get through it. This actually is really beautiful in the spring. 2 years ago, my dad was still working, still owned a restaurant. So like in the space of like 2 and a bit years, he was keeping himself active and everything. We'd go for little walks, you know, maybe a mile, maybe 2 miles around the block, sort of stuff. And then he's had this stroke, and that's completely knackered him up. He can't swallow anymore, which is, you know, a real issue for someone who had a restaurant for 45 years and was a chef, and now you can't eat anything. That's got to be pretty depressing. So it's just adapting, isn't it? Learning to adapt, I guess, and getting on with it. What else can you do? Thanks, Lisa Lou. Yeah, I'm taking a bit of time out now to do that. I'm just looking over the bay there. I mean, you can't see how clear it is, but can actually see the sand and that the water's out. Yeah, I can't. It's a bit too white. And probably it's just bleaching it out. Hi, Bayo Flats. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It's a terrible way to be. Yeah. Apparently there's like three or four things that make you swallow, and when you have this stroke, it's not doing those things together at the right time and trying to retrain how to swallow, using thick water, because you can't use anything else, because if it doesn't go down the throat, you know, the stomach, it's going into the lungs, and that's what causes then problems. And if you're using food to train with, that will cause more problems, because if that gets stuck in the lungs, it's going to get an infection. And my dad had the pneumonia, you know, 2 weeks ago before he was supposed to come out of hospital, and that's not good on the old chest and lungs. My dad's 78 now. All your life, and then boom, you get, you know, your feet knocked from under you. So anyway, yesterday was not too bad. After we got downstairs, like I say, it was really hot here in the sun, so I got him outside, sat him in a chair next to a bed I've got outside with a rose bush in it and a few other things, and I just handed him a hoe and a rake, and from his chair he did a little bit of gardening. But the main thing was getting, you know, a good couple of hours of sunshine on him, some vitamin D on his joints, on his face, which obviously you don't get in hospital. So I felt like that gave him a little bit of a boost yesterday. When I go back today, I'm going to sit him outside again. The sun's not really out, but it's not cold, and just to get some fresh air, it's probably a good idea, isn't it? And then I can, like, you know, sort the house out and stuff while he's outside. Are we going this way? Is it? What do you think, Miley? It's really steep that way. I've got a feeling I'm going to slip and fall right on my butt. So we'll go the safe route, because I can't take another injury, I don't think. yeah, lemon drop yesterday was like, you know, really hot. Honestly, I was doing a bit of digging in the garden and I was like, my God, it's getting a sweat on. You need mental stimulation as well as physical, don't you, when you're trying to recoup. And now this food is on. It takes 20 hours to feed him. It's released at 50 mils an hour, 100 millilitres of essentially a chemical mix of vitamins and nutrients and stuff like that, but it's not the food I would like to be eating. And I hope to change this by, you know, making like superfoods, making, you know, some recipes up. But, you know, I said the other day, we talked the other day, and he said, what about a shot of espresso? And I just thought, if you've not had caffeine for 4 months, then that might have a big reaction on the body. So I can't just throw myself into it. I'm going to have to do quite a bit of research into it, and maybe it'll be a slow weaning on process of trying different foods with him instead of this stuff, which is soy based, fish based. Oh, Miley, why'd you stand right in front of me, darling? Oh, how many times have I stepped on you? Pause. So yeah, that's the only thing really. I think if this food was better and it wasn't attached to a drip for 20 hours of the day, which has got to be a bit, you know, that would do my head in. Last night I put it on at 11 o'clock. I went to bed about 9, and then I went up there about 11 o'clock and I attached him to this food thing. So a lot of the food can go through the night. So he's had 9 hours last night, another 3 hours by the time I get home. So he's got another 7 hours to do. And he can have a 4-hour break in between it. So I can unhook him and he can just, you know, sit without it or go for a wander upstairs or whatever he wants to do. But it's very restrictive, you know, and it's a lot. 20 hours a day to be fed all the food that you need. I'm thinking, you know, surely can make up more potent meals in a lesser form. We've got some thickener. Yeah, we've got some thickener for the water. So I guess, yeah, strong on the stomach. Yeah, I mean, my dad's Sicilian. He used to drink, you know, espresso for fun. It's like, you know, morning without an espresso, you don't function with some Sicilians. So yeah, he was used to it. But like you say, he's not had it for months. So I do need to speak to a nutritionist and let's see if we can get him off this plastic food rubbish and get some really good stuff into him. I'm, you know, determined to get him up walking again on his own without a stick. Maybe with a stick for support, but, you know, to be able to function and to, you know, put his shoes on by himself and things like that. I mean, I don't know, but what's the point? You know, you can't just sit for the rest of your life in a chair hooked up to a bag. And I know some people do and can and have no choice, but, you know, I'd like to try and avoid that if we can. With vitamin D shows we combine with K magnesium to be effective. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I suppose your stomach shrinks as well, doesn't it, when it's not eating the same, when you're not physically, if you're eating steak and chips and stuff like that, I mean, your whole system has to work at it, doesn't it? And when literally this food's already digestive, it's just going straight into the stomach. There's not even any work chewing it up. So, I don't know. Little squirrel. We go, oh, when we see squirrels here, and now some of you guys go, oh, lunch. I'd never eat a squirrel. Now, I know yew berries are poisonous, but I wonder if any animals, if any birds eat them. I think it's the stone that's poisonous to us, or something around the stone. But I love them. What a mad design, aren't they? Yeah, it's been quite a while for my dad to. He is Sandra, yeah. He's on metformin. Oh, that's for his diabetes, so because he got diabetes. But yeah, he's on blood. So many new tablets I'm having to learn the names of. But yeah, he's had a heart bypass 3 years ago, and he had surgery on his leg last years ago to give more circulation. They are very pretty, aren't they, these berries, with the little holes in them. I mean, that's, oops. But yeah, yeah, Bayo Flats. Yeah, I'm sorry as well. Yeah, I think they thought actually with him, I think they give it 4 weeks initially, and they have a feeling with that within 4 weeks, most of the however a stroke's affected you might come back, and the throat thing, they thought 4 weeks, but it did make a little improvement on the swallowing, but it's just not worth it to risk food if you don't know it's going in the right place, and especially at my dad's age. One, you don't want an infection in your lungs, but the coughing itself, it hurts. It's a combination of stuff. Your ribs, it's just not nice. So I'm thinking, let's get the mobility going first. Let's get him feeling a bit more awake and alert, and then let's work on the swallowing thing, because it's too much all at once. He was having a speech and language therapist, and all they're doing is getting him to do 3 exercises, which are 2. One's putting a towel underneath your chin and pressing down and then trying to stick your tongue out. The one he can't do is holding his swallow. So you go to swallow and you just hold it there at the top of the throat, and he can't do that at all. It's just going down. So and the other thing is his throat is so dry. How do you undry a throat? You don't have any liquid going down it. I've got some stuff to go in his mouth, which kind of makes it feel hydrated, but actually his throat is the hard one. So, but anyway, I've had a few days to get into this and on with this. I'm sure by tomorrow I'm going to be doing a lot of research and bringing a lot of people and trying to get as much as I can now that I understand what he needs. This is my Rocky impersonation running up the stairs, but just in slow-mo. There, did it. Wow, look at them. Hang on. Come here a minute. Come on. Oh, Mr. Beagle. They're lovely colours as well, that kind of orangey. Oh, sorry to hear that, Sandra. Yeah, it's not nice, is it? My mum didn't have it in a great place. Ladies will know what I mean. Just like the worst place you could have it. And then it came back about 6 months later after treatment, come back in her bones. So it's not a lot they can do then. But my mum left it 3 years, 2-3 years without saying anything. Just kept it to herself. And that's the problem, is these little things. She'll go and get them checked out instead of, you know, hiding it. And God knows why she did that. I can't ask her now, obviously, but I guess we do, don't we? We don't think. We don't know what to do we? There's no reasons, really. Hindsight's fantastic, but it's not reality, is it, at the time? So, come on. Bikers out on a Sunday, they always like to razz down the lanes, don't they? I don't know why. Tight country lanes where you can't see what's coming around the corner. For some reason, bikers love it. There we go. Losing my stuff then out my pocket. Oh, sorry to hear that, Kevin. It is horrible, isn't it? It's just unbelievable that we know 2021 and we can't get on top of this, whatever it is. But yeah, you don't want to watch anyone suffering, do you? And especially, you know, your wife. That must have been very hard. It's just such a shame, isn't it? Oh, that's it. Yeah, suffering, it's just not fair, is it? Yeah, you're right, Kevin, you would. I know what you mean, Lisa Lou, but actually, you know, to stop someone worrying, it doesn't really, it doesn't make sense, does it, when you think about it? A lot of things actually were hidden from me and my brother to stop us from worrying, but of course you have to deal with it at some point. You know, when they told us there's nothing else they could do, she didn't tell me that bit. She didn't tell me any of that bit. But I knew there was something wrong. And then, because she had a huge pain in her hip. And when the doctor came out, they said, oh, well, we've just looked at your records and that, and obviously there's nothing we can do other than to give you some painkiller and have the palliative care not put a plan in place yet. So as soon as I heard that, I realised, oh wow, you've just missed out a major bit of information. You just forgot to tell me something major. So yeah, it was a bit awkward, and she doesn't want to talk about it to me. How could I bring that up with her? So we kind of just got on with it in a very awkward manner. And you know, if I had the time back again, I would have done it in a different way, maybe said something, but there's no script, is there? You just deal with it at the time as you can, and you think you're doing the right thing, and you don't realise that, you know, there's a lot of things you don't think of at the time, just based on, you know, where your head's at. I actually, you know, went to the shop the other day. There's like a corner shop for me. It's like a 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk. And I took the dog with me, I tied her up outside. and I got the little bits that I needed, like just milk and stuff, and I walked back home and I thought I'm missing something, and I realised I'd still had her tied up outside the shop. So I had to run all the way back to the shop to find her there, just because your head gets all over the place, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm having to just slow down a little bit because I realise I've got so much on my mind I don't even know it. Oh, sorry about that, lemon drop. I think it's good to talk about it because I never went anywhere to talk about it. I didn't have time. It's a huge blow to people. Anybody suffering with it and the families who are supporting them. We don't get lessons in how to deal with stuff like this, and not everybody can deal with stuff in the same way. Yeah, you're right, Zoe. Kind of feels like that, doesn't it? And also now with my dad, we're probably not going to get much official care because my dad earned too much because he ran a business, and if you earn too much money you're not going to get any care, even if you paid into the system for 45-50 years to support that system. And they will actually give me a little bit of money, but it really is a slap in the face when I'm probably saving them for £500-600 a week doing everything myself than them getting in an agency to offer some support. So they take advantage of the families as well. Yeah, diabetes, it's all money making, isn't it? They don't want to cure people, they just want to treat symptoms, and it's not good enough. The NHS at the moment is terrible. I mean, there's just no resources. I just saw my dad practically abandoned in that ward, with no one just checking in on people. Like, you're not allowed to have visitors. He wasn't allowed any visitors up until the last month. So he's had near enough 10 weeks of no visits from his family. Why don't they put in place somebody who's official at the hospital just to go around and say hello to these people who can't have a visitor? Just a simple bit of interaction. I'd have to ring back at 5 o'clock. Have you given my dad a shower? And it'd be like, no. It's like, can you go and give him a shower, please? I'm honestly, I'm quite surprised he's come out alive and that he didn't get COVID and die from that, because that's what happened to a lot of people. So yeah, it's not. Look at that, the ice cream man's out on the 11th, 12th of November because it's quite kind of ice cream weather, isn't it? I mean, I would get one actually right now. If he stopped, I would have got one. I'd have got a 99. But look, guys, thank you so much for joining me. The elderly care is terrible and worsening because of COVID. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It is really shocking, isn't it, Texas Jack? Yeah. dad was in rehab, and look at him, he's coming out and he can't even blooming walk. You know, I kind of think, I know it's not the nurses and doctors' faults, but are they not just enabling this system by carrying on and working? If nobody says anything, nothing changes, and they really do have the power in their hands to do something, but nobody wants to complain. And, you know, they get to take the wages home at the end of the day, and people are still suffering. And for me, personally, I would really struggle to do a substandard job for somebody. I couldn't leave somebody if I knew they weren't taken care of. I had absolutely everything that they need. So, yeah, it's very sad, isn't it? The standards for those with money who are controlling things. They've got their own care system, haven't they, and everything, or they can afford it. And, you know, even someone like my dad, who's, you know, paid in the system for 50 years, employed people for 50 years who have paid into the system as well, to be told, well, you've earned too much money, you can't have that help now. It's BS, isn't it? I nearly swore then. I might do. Don't swear on Sundays though, eh? Well, unless you come on Anything Goes, plenty of people have. But anyway, I don't want to keep moaning. I need to get back and sort things out. Everyone have a great day, regardless of what crap's going on in our lives. Take some time out, just, you know, nice to eat or do something. Just make the best of today. Make it worth getting up for and meaningful, and whatever else you can do. I'm going to go and have a hot bath, I think, and try and sort my back out. And hopefully I'll see you tonight on BIGFOOT Odyssey. I might be half asleep, but I'll try and stay awake. And hopefully might do an Anything Goes tonight with Jason. So until then, everyone, have a great day. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.